Today we are going to start with our Unit 3 of our subject Introduction to AI in Business. Unit 3, the topic is Internet of Things, which we call IOT in short. So in this particular unit, the things that we are going to discuss are, first of all, we will be talking about IOT types and examples of IOT. IOT here refers to Internet of Things. Next, we will be discussing about the IOT architecture and the protocols that we use for IOT. Later on, our next topic would be various platforms for IOT. After that, we will be discussing some real-time examples of IOT. Later on in this unit, we will be talking about the overview of various IoT components. Next topic will be IoT communication technologies. And the last one, we are going to discuss the challenges in IoT. So these are the main content of our Unit 3, which is IoT, Internet of Things. So let us first of all understand, what is this IoT, Internet of Things? Before discussing this topic, let me tell you, today we all are surrounded by this IoT, which is Internet of Things. You are knowingly or unknowingly being part of this IoT. Now, what is this IoT? This IoT stands for Internet of Things, which refers to billions of physical objects or things which are connected to the internet, all collecting and exchanging data with other devices and the systems over the internet. That means the number of physical objects or the number of things which are connected via the internet. And what are they doing? They are collecting and they are exchanging data with different devices and different systems over the internet. So all this comprise of this IoT. For example, you all must be having today a smartphone. You all must may be having a smartwatch. So this is an example of this IoT. How? If a call comes on your mobile phone, then you can receive it with the help of your smartwatch. Your smartwatch, it can measure the temperature of your body. Your smartwatch, it can measure your pulse rate, your oxygen levels. So how is all this happening? This is all happening with the help of sensors which are connected within these devices. And how are they exchanging this data? With the help of our internet. So today, we are almost everywhere surrounded by this Internet of Things, connecting everyday things, embedded with electronics, with software and with sensors to the internet, enabling to collect and exchange data without the human interaction. This is called Internet of Things. That means today we are connecting number of devices, whether we have electronics, suppose you have Alexa or any virtual assistant at your home. This Alexa, what happens? You can, with the help of this Alexa, switch on the geyser at your home. You can switch on and off the lights of your home. So this is all happening because there are sensors in all these devices, and these sensors, they exchange this data with the help of internet. So this is what is Internet of Things, connecting everyday things which are embedded with electronics, with software and with the sensors, connecting all these things to the internet, enabling to collect and exchange the data without the human interaction. This is called Internet of Things. There is no human interaction required for them to exchange the data. They are automatically exchanging the data, receiving the data from one device to another. So this is all happening with the help of various softwares, various sensors which are connected within these devices. So this is what is IoT, that we call Internet of Things. Today we have this Internet of Things available everywhere. Whether we go to the hospitals, we go to the schools, we go to the universities, we go to the airports, the railways, the hotels, everywhere we will find this IoT enabled devices, where we have number of devices. We have, with the help of Wi-Fi, with the help of internet, they are exchanging this data among themselves. So we are everywhere today surrounded by this Internet of Things. So once again, let me define you what is this IoT. It refers to billions of physical objects or things which are connected to the internet, all collecting and exchanging the data with other devices and other systems over the internet. So this is IoT that we are going to discuss in this unit. Let us discuss the types of IoT. Now we have this IoT that we use for different purposes. So that is why we have classified them into few categories. There are some most common ones, though there are many and many types of IoT nowadays, but we are here mentioning some important common ones of the types of IoT. The very first one that we, all of us, are using, it is consumer IoT. It is primarily for everyday usage. Now, consumer IoT, which is mainly designed for us, the consumer. Example of it, home appliances, voice assistants, and light fixtures. Today, the home appliances are refrigerator in the kitchen, are microwave ovens in the kitchen, are geysers, whatever home appliances we have at our home, they are all interconnected with each other. At sitting at some different place, we may get to know about the temperature of our refrigerator, and we can take it up and down. So this is basically an example of consumer IoT, which we are primarily using for our everyday usage. All our home appliances, or including our virtual assistants like Alexa, Siri, etc., and our light fixtures. The light today are having all sensors. There are very companies which are providing these lights with all the sensors. With the help of remotes, with the help of internet, we can switch off, switch on them. We do not have to get up from our bed to switch off the light. This can easily be done with the help of these sensors. So these consumer IoT, these are basically used by for everyday usage. So the first categorization of IoT is consumer IoT. Second, it is commercial IoT. Commercial IoT, which we basically use for commerce, for trading, for healthcare, for transport industry. That means whenever we are using this IoT for the commercial purpose, for some business purpose, for some industries. So that is why it is called commercial IoT. Example of it may be smart pacemakers that we have been using into our health industry, are different monitoring systems which are connected into the hospitals, pacemaker that may be connected into body of a person. Now, is the pacemaker working properly or not? All the monitoring of it can be done with the help of sensors, and since it is embedded into in our body, this pacemaker, it might be embedded into the body of a person, but the detection of all the things that are happening with our heart where the pacemaker is connected, it may be detected from outside using these sensors and using this internet. And similarly, there are a number of monitoring systems which can be used. So this is basically commercial IoT which are used in industries. The third type of IoT, it is IOMT, we call it. This is military things. When we are using this IoT for the military purposes, we can call it in short IOMT. So this is primarily used in the military field. Example today In the military field, we have surveillance robots. We have the human wearable biometric for the combat. That means today, all are humans. They do not have to be in the field all the time to track the activities of our enemies. But what can be done? We can have the surveillance robots into traveling into the field, which can detect for any uncertain, unknown activities that is happening into the military field. We have human wearable biometric, which can help people detect any such activity happening into the military field. So this Internet of Things, this is even more useful in the military field nowadays. Then we have the next one, that is industrial Internet of Things. It is primarily used with industrial application like the manufacturing and the energy sectors. Example, we have the digital control system today. We have smart agriculture. We have industrial big data. So when we are using this in big industries, this is called IIoT, Industrial Internet of Things. So this industrial Internet of Things, it is primarily used with industrial applications like we have manufacturing sectors today. We have energy sectors today. There we are using this industrial Internet of Things for the industrial applications. For example, we can have today the digital control systems. We have the smart agriculture techniques nowadays. We have the industrial big data. So this is all part of this industrial Internet of Things. Today this Internet of Things, this is helping a lot to even to our farmers, even into the agriculture, helping them with the different digital control system that can be used and that make the life of people who are working in those industries much easier. Then next one, we have the infrastructure IoT. Infrastructure IoT, it is primarily used in connectivity in the smart cities. Infrastructure, that means whatever infrastructure we are using in the smart cities nowadays, it is in fact all connected using IoT. Example, we have today the infrastructure sensors, we have so many management systems, the infrastructure into the smart cities. This is also even connected with the help of IoT. Suppose there is a particular area which is all IoT enabled. At that particular place, if at some place we have the air conditioner, so the temperature of this air conditioner, it can be maintained with the help of IoT. People or guards who are maintaining this society, they may be sitting far apart, but they may get to know about the temperature of air conditioner at some studio in that city. How is this happening? This is all happening with the help of sensors, because all the infrastructure that is built into that particular area, it is all IoT enabled. It is all connected with the help of sensors. So the temperature, the heat, and how much it is cold, how much it is hot, it can all be maintained with the help of this IoT enabled devices. So these are various common types of IoT which we normally use in our daily lives, which are consumer IoT, commercial IoT, military IoT, industrial Internet of Things, and infrastructured IoT. So these are few categories of IoT which are being primarily used in many areas to make our lives simple.